Oh, look at that. We're having a little salad. You know, we're just having a little salad at the salad bar, hanging out. Yep, it's that time of day. Just gonna have a little bit, oh, a little drink. Could have a little drinky poo from the bird bath, right? Because, you know, that's, gotta have that with your salad. So let me see if I can quietly open up this door. Maybe not. Maybe she'll not notice me. Oh, but she's hungry. She's liking them hostas. She's liking them hostas. Gotta maybe come back. No? Sure? Sure you don't want some more? There's some more over on this side. You could be having those too. Guess not. Well, you can see here I've done some taping here because I lost that ring. Didn't lose it, but it won't fit on with these larger spark plug caps. There was a ring that goes over the top and tells you what number spark plug it goes with. So what I've done here is I've got my handy dandy diagram, and along with that is my handy dandy labeling here. You can see there's 5, there's 5, and there's 6, and there's 6, and you can see it's a little turned from where it normally is, but you know, that's what I got going on here with this. I've got all of them labeled, so when I pull them off, when I put them back on, I can put them back on in order of where they go and keep things orderly. So I'm going to start taking this off next. Okay, you see the distributor cap is off. The bulb looks okay from the coil to the top of the rotor. It looks okay. You bend that up just a little bit more just to make sure there's a good contact there. You do that and just bend that up a little bit, make sure it's in contact. So you have 2 Phillips head screws that you got to take the rotor off. And again, there's the ignition control module as such as it is there. So I'm going to replace this. And you can see it's 2 Phillips head screwdrivers, and there's a clip here, electrical clip here. There's one on the other side over here. Once you get the rotor off, you're going to be able to see what we're talking about. So let's make that happen in the 90 some odd degree heat in here, but such as it is. Gotta loosen that up a little bit. Go here too. Again, this rotor locks on in a certain position, or it should. Hoping by just loosening up these screws, I'll be able to pull it straight off the top. Be able to lift it. There we go. Lift it right off. See that? So I'm going to put that over here. We check underside. There's no issues with that. It's really just, that's the working part right there, is the if you can see that, is this right here. And you can see it's a little crispy on the front end of that. Yeah, I may clean that up a little bit going forward. So anyway, so there's the guts of the distributor. You got your vacuum here, advance, and you can see this is, these guys, they got the springs on them to open or close. The advance here when it's spinning. But the big ticket item we need to get replaced is over here. So it plugs in this side over here. I'm going to get a flashlight here, get some light on it. There we go. So it plugs in, slides in over here, and then there's a plug over here that plugs into the back of it. So you need to take these two screws out, pull this unit out. There should be some sort of dielectric compound on the bottom of it to dissipate the heat. I may have to go to the auto place in order to get that, but I'm going to take this out and show you. Okay, hold on. See if I can put this flashy lighty thingy in a right place. There we go. So we're going to take this out using, now I've had the battery disconnected, so we don't have an issue with problems with the voltage. And again, you pull these out, got to be careful with the screws, you don't lose them. I think those are pretty much loosened up. Carefully lift these out. There we go. This one here. There we go. I can still feel it's pretty warm from the engine running. So what you've got to do now is you got to pull this plug out. You can see it's pretty loose already. See that? Just want to pull this plug out. It'll pull out from the one location first. There you go. And then you'll pull this one out here, which I'm going to try to do one-handed, but it's not going to probably work too well because it's one-handed. Just use my screwdriver to kind of get this pulled loose here a little bit. There we go. So I can pull that plug out. There's that plug there. And there is the unit. You can see there's like crud on the bottom of it, which is the heatsink compound, which I need to get. So there is my ignition control unit. Don't know if it's any good anymore, but I'm going to replace it. You can see there's some other components here that we've got to make sure everything's set and there's no problems. But there we go. So there's the old unit, and there's the new unit I'm going to put in. Well, I got back from the auto parts store and of course dug up my old retaining ring for the, you can see one tab's busted off. The other one is still there. But you can see here there's, we do it one way or the other, right? Kind of funny that it's like that, one way or the other, 5, 6, and then you flip it over and it's like 6, 5, 4, ooh, that's kind of scary, isn't it? That you can kind of do that, but it only fits in, locks in one way. But I find it kind of scary that I guess you could flip it one way or the other, and there's still the 3 is on the side of the 3 on the back, so I guess that's okay. But in the meantime, I wanted to show people real quick. This is the new one I got. Also got my dielectric grease for the ignition control module, which is clear, which the old stuff was white. So I got one of these engine management technology. So I got the D157 rotor, and there she is, and you can see there, I'll show you the profile is what it looks like, and then there's the old one over here, and I'm going to see if I can hold both of them up at the same time. Give me a second. Should be interesting. Got my RV'er mug there, and I'm going to try to hold them up right next to each other in a way that makes sense. And so I'm going to do this and try to. Kind of interesting the way this works here, but let's get them together and try to do this real quick. Okay, here we go. So without it, hopefully not focusing on my fingers, but you see the difference? See how there's like one is obviously overhanging the edge of the distributor, and then mine is like flush. See how it's like flush with the edge of the plastic? Not really getting a good spark there either if it's not sticking out over and hitting the terminals within the distributor cap. So this one is it's been roached a little bit, got sanded a little bit, got worn down quite a bit. This is new, so yeah. So I'm going to put that in. Only difference is this is hex head and this is Phillips, and so I'm going to have to get my hex head wrench out and get that installed. Okay, we're back in here in the depths of the RV, and we've got the ignition control module out. We've got our dielectric, not dielectric, but thermal paste in here. We've got our module here. So we're going to get that installed and lay out a bunch of it on the plate here and get her reinstalled. And then I've got my new rotor. As you can tell from the past video, found a socket that'll work for it, so we're going to install that, make sure that that's working, and we'll make it happen. Okay, so I've set it in. I put the grease on the module itself, set it down, pushed it in here into these two clips, and then got this clip put in. So I got to put the two screws in, which are up here. And we'll make that happen. Here and here, and with it lined up, hopefully. Yep, it's going down into the hole. It's good. So get this module installed and locked in. Snug, but not too snug. You don't want to crack the module. Then we're going to get the rotor on here, the new one. Again, you got the screw holes here and here, so you want to get this situated. Now, this may, people are like, wait, how do you know which way it goes? Because it could go one way or the other. That's true. But there's if you notice, there's a notch on this, notched out of the side here. And there's a tab here. There's no tab on this side. So there's really only one way to fit this onto the distributor. And then we're going to take this bad boy and install it. So hopefully we'll get it. All right, there we go. There we go. So we should be good. Don't want to go too far. There we go. So that's rotor's installed. Now we need to get the cap back on. So we're going to get the cap back on, make sure all the wires are tight inside there, make sure there's nothing loose, and then we're going to slowly bring this bad boy back over the top. And again, there's notches on the distributor that tell me where it needs to go, and we Wish I had a little bit better lighting situation here, but we'll do that there. So yeah, so that's kind of locked in there. So now I need to take the screw. I could do this with the regular screwdriver and push these down and under to make sure that they're where they need to go. Do them one way or the other. There we go. Same thing with this one here. There we go. And same thing with this one over here. As you can see, that's going to disappear under the distributor. If I can make it happen, I'd have to. Ooh, I have to use a straight screwdriver on that one. Kind of surprised, but it is near the. There we go. So you want to do that, make sure they're up. They're not locked. Oop. Locked down. There we go. They pop up when you get them in the right position, and so you want to be able to do that. So this is locked in. So now I want to follow the pattern of my diagram here and get my spark plugs in the correct locations. So that's what we're going to do next. All right, so we've got the turn it this way a little bit because it's a little turned. But yeah, we've got this installed, and you can see what I've got here is the old cap thing that broke off, but all of my spark plug wires should be matching up with this. 1, 8, 4, 3, 6, 5, 7, and 2 and 1. So there we go. It should be good. All right, we got her started up. Seems to be running okay. It clicked right over. Good. Going to put on the ignition of the gas. Runs a little smoother than she did before, but not sure if that's has to do with the ignition module. But you know what? Got a new rotor on her. Tell when I accelerate. There's no popping and fizzing like there was. Good acceleration, so that's a good sign. We're going to take her to her test drive, but for tonight, I think she's doing pretty good. And the gauges are reading well, which is also good. She's got to charge up a little bit. It's a little, still got to get a couple volts. It's still 14.1 charging up, so it's aggressive. It's got both the coach and the chassis batteries that we've got to charge up, but I'm going to leave these stickers on because it's very helpful to know where it's going, and goodness knows I may have this running as a 6-cylinder, not sure. Anyways, so let's look at that going on there. There's the change of the ignition control module within the inside of the distributor, and it's always a good idea to check the rotor and the cap, which I've done, and the rotor had some issues, so swapped it out for like 10-12 bucks. It's worth it. So everyone happy, safe, and healthy RVing, and have a happy Independence Day. Talk to you soon.